Well, that's embarrassing. Alright. Hopefully that works now. It looks like it's working now. Alright. Alright. Cool, so I didn't see what was happening because I was fixing my audio. But it looks like we're just kind of dying, is what's happening here. So now we at least get the Fiend Artisan to die with the Gate to the Afterlife in play. Thanks for letting me know I was muted. It's, helpful. Oh, man. Just full-blown Amonkhet beatdown here. So 3, 5, 10, 15, 16. We're almost just dead. This Hazoret's going to be a serious problem. I guess we're going to trade. We do get to loot with the gate. We get to Chupacabra next turn. We're really nowhere near casting this Massacre Worm, and even by the time we do get to cast it, it's going to be too slow, I think. Let's go ahead and discard... Probably the Massacre Worm, honestly. We're just never going to get to cast it. Alright, so we can Stitcher Supplier with Phyrexian Tower, sack it, play the Chupacabra, kill one of the Pelt Collectors. This will be a 3-3, and then we have no answer to the Hazoret. We'll just be dead. I guess we gain life from the gate, so we're not strictly dead. But we're dead to, like, any card they might reasonably have in hand. We have drawn a lot of land as well. And we are dead, because Ronus is going to be able to attack because Hazoret's in play, and that's certainly going to kill us. Alright, so just got Gruuled. Just got Gruuled in game 1. Dead Zone, why are you so mad? Why you have to be mad? It's only game. Alright, so I think we want our Phyrexian Obliterator. That sounds fantastic in this matchup. And what don't we want? I think Gate's pretty reasonable. Most of our deck honestly seems pretty good against them. I think the Dracolich actually is probably the worst card. Which sucks because it's the new one and it's the one I want to show off, but I think it's just really bad in this matchup. Probably another Chupacabra seems pretty good. Massacre Worm honestly seems kind of medium just for its effect, but just as a 6/5 body it might be okay. I think Fiend Artisan is just better than Massacre Worm, I would think. We'll cut that. Anything else we want? Fatal Push also seems kind of reasonable, although a lot of their stuff does dodge it at 3 mana. Maybe we add 2 Fatal Pushes, cut 2 Ghost Riders. Yeah, because the Ghost Rider doesn't turn on the Crypt Breaker on its own. Alright, so we'll go with that. Spent an hour brewing dragons for 2022, and then you found out that it's best of 1. Yeah, yep. Yeah, I don't understand why they didn't make a best of 3 format for standard 2021 or 2022, but it's probably just because they don't think the card pool was deep enough. I don't know. I would have made it. Alright, so on the play, Cryptbreaker Priest could be reasonably good. We do need to draw some good stuff. But hopefully the Cryptbreaker can help us with that. I'm just going to play the Priest here. And I'll attack, honestly. One does decide to trade. Okay. And they don't have red. Okay, they have red. Alright. And we are flooding pretty hard. Next turn, if the Crypt Breaker lives, we can use the Phyrexian Tower to cast this Awakening. I guess we want to play the Phyrexian Tower anyway. In case they have Bone Crusher Giant, we can fizzle it by sacking the Crypt Breaker in response. Are there any new vampires from AFR? I don't know if there's any vampires specifically. Is this Dracolich? Ranger class, what does that do? Sure. The Dracolich that I'm running in this deck, is that a vampire? Wow, we have flooded incredibly hard. So I think the plan here is just going to be to cast Awakening for 2. Which sucks, because it's basically a 5-mana Priest of Forgotten Gods. Okay. I don't think we want to block this. We could trade the Crypt Breaker for the 2/2 if we wanted. I think we're just better off having the fodder on the board for the Priest. That is a very good draw. Alright, so we can tap these to draw a card. Alright. We'll target you, sacking the... I guess we want the Reaver in case we get God-Pharaoh's Gift in play in the graveyard. We'll sack these 2 creatures. They get rid of a 2/2. We find another Reaver, which is quite good. Put a Crypt Breaker in play, put a Reaver in play. And we can even draw again off the Crypt Breaker if we want, which is pretty sick, but I think we'll do that next turn. Because I want the blockers. Alright, so they put a counter on one of their creatures. Let's see which one it is. So that's going to be a 3/3. I think I'm down to just keep my life total high. And now we can tap these 3. And draw a swamp. Okay. We do kind of need to draw some gas here, not going to lie. Okay. So we don't have enough zombies. Let's play the Ghost Rider. And I think I'm going to fire off the Priest here, because I really do want to draw, like, Gate to the Afterlife or something. I think I want to keep the Crypt Breakers as a draw. Well, the Ghost Rider will trade. Let's sacrifice one of the Crypt Breakers. And draw another swamp. Got any new decks for today's Wild Misadventures? I certainly do. You can look in the Discord if you want. They're there. Or I can show you after this game is over. We're actually like most of the way to casting just God-Pharaoh's Gift off the top if we draw it. And they just scoop. Sure. Yeah, I mean, they never drew red, so not the most competitive game of Magic there. I think the sideboarding was fine. I don't think I want to change anything on the draw either. Yeah, this seems good. Let's try it again. So I set up a new Discord. Not much going on in there yet, but it is where I'm putting the deck lists. They're also on my Ether Hub, so if you want to check me out there, then you'll find them there. Alright, so we actually drew some cards that aren't lands, which is pretty nice. I don't think we can turn this away. Pelt Collector on one. Alright, the second Phyrexian Tower is not a great draw. Because they are legendary. Is our Crypt Breaker getting Bone Crushed here? It certainly is. Alright, so I'm not really interested in bolting in the Awakening to get the Fiend Artisan in play, given that it's only a 2/2. And now, especially now that we've drawn the second Priest, I think we're happy to play this one out. Alright, so there's the Bone Crusher Giant. I don't think we want to play it. Alright, so... So we have a choice here, right? Like, I think I want to play the Woe Strider and sacrifice both creatures to the Priest. It does grow the Pelt Collector, which is unfortunate. And given that I don't really want to take 3 for the Privilege, we're going to make mana off of the Priest. Let's just ramp, or not ramp, but play out the second Phyrexian Tower. Play the Woe Strider this way. And let's just go ahead and crack this now. Escape to the Afterlife, that's pretty reasonable. And let's get the Fiend Artisan down while we can. But I want to make the Today's Deck channel, you know, basically mod only so that I can post links with that spam. I mean, there's no one in the Discord right now. I'm not that concerned about spam, and I think the value in letting people talk about the lists is high. But if it gets to be a problem, then I will. So we can trade with the Bone Crusher Giant here. That seems like exactly what we want to do. Alternatively, we can hold the Fiend Artisan, we can play Priest, Forgotten Gods, and sacrifice both of them next turn. But that has the same effect, killing one of their creatures. So, we'll make this trade now. Yeah, you can post your list there if you like. I'll take a look at it after the stream. Alright, so... So we can bolt in the Agadeem's Awakening here. Obviously, we fear Embercleave next turn. So if we bolt in the Agadeem's Awakening, we go down to 10. We can play the Crypt Breaker and Priest. And then another Priest. And their board is empty. I think that's the way to go. And we're slowly but surely getting to the point where we have enough creatures in the bin for the gate to work. Hey, okay. Good to see you. How you doing? How are your Orzhov adventures going? Alright, this seems really good. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I laugh at your 2-2s. I deride your 2-2 handling ability. Can we even flip it? Oh, that's sick. We can. I will search my library for a God-Pharaoh's gift. And finally, in Game 3, it appears. And we get a Fiend Artisan. How do you like the hasty 11-11? How do you like them apples? I'm waiting for your answer, Kaisara. Oh, yes. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, pump that Ranger class. Oh, oh. Oh! This is gonna... If they pull this off, it'll be like the biggest thing of all time. Do we have a Chupacabra in the bin? We don't. Okay. Well... I'm not escaping this Woe Strider. Our graveyard's too important. What do we want? I think we just want the Woe Strider, right? Because it's a lethal attacker, and now they're dead. Yep. Nice win, nice win. You won a bunch. Told me you would start tracking. Surely you'll keep winning. Yeah, it's amazing how once you start tracking, you lose. You start losing again. I found actually that tracking has helped me because I will get really upset that I lose one particular game, and then I'll go look at my tracker and it says, "Oh, you still won 65%." Like, it helps keep me grounded. Is Untapped working for you guys? The overlay. I know that they were a little slow getting the cards up from the new set. I think they're done with that now. You did see Untap works on Twitch, great. Yeah, LK was telling me earlier that he didn't think that Untap was working with Standard 2022 yet. Hopefully they have that sorted out by the time I play it. I think Monday will be the day I play it because that's my normal best of one day. Oh yeah, okay, check out the new Discord where there's literally nothing going on except deck lists. It's like Magic Player Paradise. Alright, we're up against Giganta. And so Giganta could either be Jund, or it could be Niv Mizzet. I don't know how the Jund matchup is, honestly. In any case, I think I'm willing to keep this. Even though if we don't... we need to draw both a land and action before turn 4. I'll mull it, actually. This is significantly better. Alright, so I'll keep this, and I think we put back the Awakening. Yeah, I think we just want cards. He posted a link in Discord for the Scryfall bot. Okay, yet another bot. After this set of 3 matches, so this is the second one, I will go and install that bot. Just for you. Opponent has the most difficult mulligan decision of all time. Okay. This is God-Pharaoh's gift, yep. But why? Well, because we have the new Lich. Yeah. The Draco Lich is the main reason to try it out again, see how it does. So it is Jund, they have the cat. I don't think we want to attack with the Crypt Breaker, they actively want this in the graveyard. Since they mulliganed, I think I'm okay just running up the Priest. It's unlikely they'll be able to kill it. Yeah, so this is there's the Draco Lich, which is like the 5/2 flash flyer for 4. Where if another creature died, you can cast it from the graveyard. Yeah, Even Death, that's the one. Wow, they actually had the removal for the Priest, that sucks. Okay. So... they are a little concerned about Claim, but I think it's unlikely they'll have multiple pieces of removal, and being able to fetch a creature with the Fiend Artisan next turn is pretty high value. Sacking the Crypt Breaker if we need to. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll attack. You're broken, game. I'm not yet, actually. Buying the 50-pack kit was enough for me to get the cards I needed for all these. Alright. So, untapped. If I sacrifice the Crypt Breaker for 4, what can I get? I can get a Chupacab. I can get the Draco Lich. I think it's gotta be the Chupacabra. We can even cast it for 5, but that doesn't do it. The Massacre Worm is gonna be sweet. What? Auto action cannot be completed due to unpayable cost. What does that mean? I don't understand. Oh, I see. So I can't do it. I need to have I can only get a 3-drop. So I thought that I could do it because the Phyrexian Tower nominally gives me 5 mana where I could play Phyrex equals 4, but once I sacrifice the creature to the Phyrexian Tower, I can't sacrifice it to the Fiend Artisan. That's why Arena got all confusing now. So we're a bit concerned about opponent ripping Corvold or something here. And these Jund decks do run Binding, which is a convenient answer to the God-Pharaoh's gift if we do ever put it in play. Another cat. Alright. And the goose. What do we got in the bin? We got so Agadeem's Awakening for 2 is like not the worst. Oh, hello. It's gotta just be this, right? Nothing else makes any sense. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So that's game 1. What else do we want? How do you feel about Phyrexian Obliterator against them? Not great, honestly. Doesn't seem that good. Chupacabra's kind of medium. Leyline of the Void. could just win us the game on its own. I think I'd rather a Baleful Mastery than a Chupacabra. Fatal Push seems good. And Priest just seems kind of meh, honestly. Like, so meh, I think I want to cut them all, because they just have so much crap that they actively want to sacrifice to us anyway. This is a good grindy card. Maybe we can make this work. A lot of our stuff is probably just going to die incidentally. Think of it as our, like, overpriced Skyclave Shade. You won again. Good job, LK. Get that rank up. Wow. So we hit the Leyline of the Void in the opening hand with a 1-lander. I'm tempted. On the draw, I am tempted, but we need to draw 2 lands in our top 3. I don't think that's going to happen. So the question is, how much does Leyline of the Void just win us the game on the spot? Not enough, I don't think. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to be responsible. This is okay. Okay, well, Chad has told me to keep. We'll never know. What I've learned is that people don't stick around for streams where the streamer is losing. So I would rather win. Didn't mill any creatures with the Citrus Supplier. That sucks. God, I do love this deck, though. Alright, opponent is not screwing around this time. They have the Oven and they have the Trail of Crumbs. We don't have any way to enable Revolt for the Fatal Push. Do we want to play the Fiend Artisan or the Lazotep Reaper this turn? I think next turn is going to be Gate to the Afterlife, probably. I guess they could have Binding in hand, which would make that pretty awful. I think the play is Lazotep Reaver. Opponent is missing black mana. They stick around and just start spamming land screwed. Yeah, okay, sure. If I do it once. Maybe, okay. If I get a hand that tempting again, I'll keep it, just to test you. Opponent buys Giganta. Buying Giganta instead of just eating the food and drawing with a trail is interesting. Now, how ballsy do we feel? Do we feel like just raw dogging the Gate to the Afterlife here? There's no creatures in the bin. We're a long way from getting it to go off. I think we're playing Fiend Artisan holding up Fatal Push. Because if they didn't have any creatures up to this point, one of these cards is pretty likely to be binding. Especially once they saw God-Pharaoh's Gift. So... Clothis. Okay. Clothis is reasonable. Alright, so what can we get with the Fiend Artisan here? We have 4 mana, which means we can fetch a 3-drop, so same situation as last time. Are we just getting a Woe Strider and being content with that? Or are we playing Gate? I think I want to get a board presence before I play the Gate. Next turn they can play Giganta if they exile a land with Clothis. And in that case, I would want to use the Fiend Artisan to sacrifice something to get a Chupacabra to kill Giganta. This is tough, honestly. I think I'm just going to push the damage. And I'm going to play the Gate. And if they spend next turn casting Binding, we got to get it out of them somehow. And better they bind our Gate than our God-Pharaoh's Gift anyway. Do I ever get so excited I forget to play land per turn? Maybe once in a while. Usually it's just the first thing I do that turn out of habit, which gets me in trouble when I should be holding the land. Opponent does nothing. Okay. Ghost Rider seems pretty good. So we can fetch Even Death with the Fiend Artisan if we want. Is that better than just playing a Ghost Rider from hand? I think I want a Ghost Rider in play, because I want the Ghost Rider to be able to sacrifice the supplier on their end step and hopefully get enough creatures in the graveyard to dodge Clothis. So I think that's what we're doing. I'm going to attack first. Alright, cool. So we're on no creatures in the bin. We need to get to 6. That's a tall order. Maybe we can't do it. But we do get to loot quite a bit with this gate if we kill our creatures with the Ghost Rider. So we don't take any damage from them exiling the land. Alright, so is this Giganta or is this Goose? Ghost Rider is a serious threat to them. There's Cat. Okay. There's Goose. That's gonna die. Alright, so let's first things first. Ghost Rider sacks Citrus Supplier. There's Even Death. So we binned 2 creatures there? 3 creatures there. So we have it if we want. We can Ghost Rider, the Fiend Artisan, and the Lazotep Reaver, and be able to flip gate next turn. If we want. Yeah, and we do want creatures on top to be able to loot with the gate. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's non-token? That sucks. Oops. They keep hovering the gate, which makes me think they're gonna have an answer to it. But I don't know what they could have at instant speed. Citrus Supplier seems really good too. We'll just keep that on top altogether. We'll kill the Goose. Pulse. I don't know. Aren't there 6 or more creature cards? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there's not 5. Oh, that sucks, actually. So we do have to play the supplier. His opponent's been counting. Alright, so now we can do it. We'll search our library. Do we want to use Fiend Artisan? I don't think so. A Braid. Okay. Braid makes sense. So then they get to bring the cat back and draw with the trail. Another oven is pretty irritating. I don't know how to evaluate this matchup, honestly. I would think it's probably Jund, just because way back in the day, Mono Black was unplayable, and Jund wasn't. But it does feel kind of close. Alright, so do we want to sack this supplier? I don't see a reason to yet. Alright, so we found Woe Strider. There's no way to get a Pharaoh's gift in play this turn, so I think we just attack first. See what they block. They probably just block the Woe Strider and run their Oven Cycle a few times. Interesting. So they'll trade for the 1/1. They want the cat in the graveyard. They want an extra cycle with the cat. Makes sense. No, if you want the cat to die, you're gonna have to do it yourself. Okay. I mean, we want that. We don't have a way to draw it. We have to be careful. We don't want the Citrus Supplier to die, because then we'll mill that gate. We'll just auto-pass. Oh boy. Mayhem Devil could be a problem. creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now they get to kill the supplier. Yeah, this is disaster, I think. Maybe they won't kill the supplier. I think it's a significant mistake if they don't. I don't want to even remind them that we scryed to the top with the Woe Strider, so I'm not going to sack that in response. But they get to do a lot of damage here. They're targeting my face, okay. Alright. That sucks. Having to take the ping off the Mayhem Devil really blows. So they're gonna ping down the Woe Strider, okay. And search my graveyard, I guess? Because I wouldn't mind drawing one. Now, what do we get back? We really, really want to hit a Chupacabra. And we don't have one, so I think here the play is going to be to mill the Stitcher Supplier. Mill with Stitcher Supplier, that is. Relance is not what we wanted to see. I don't think that's good enough. So now what? Fiend Artisan is never going to get through because of the cat. So I think we're just bringing back Stitcher Supplier. And just trying hard to get a Chupacabra in the bin before it's too late. 3 straight Crypt Breakers off the top. I think we have to hold back or we're just dead. We might just be dead anyway. So we're going to take 2 from the Colossus. We'll take 2 here from the cat. So 4. Down to 6, and then they can run the cat cycle twice more. That's 2 more, and then we take 2 from the clock. Yeah, we're dead. They have enough damage just on board, unfortunately. So we didn't see any priest out of them, which is interesting. Kind of makes me want the Phyrexian Obliterator. What wasn't very good? Honestly, this Dracolich again, not great, especially in the face of Klothys. We don't really have a way to deal with Klothys. I think I'm going to cut the Dracoliches again. Honestly, it just doesn't seem very good. And Massacre Worm was great in game 1. I feel like it's not great in games 2 and 3. Maybe I just want the Chupacabras. Those seem pretty bad too. I think this is probably just what we're going to have to run and hope for the best. If we draw the ley line, that game is totally different. I mean, we can't cast the Fiend Artisan on 2 with this mana unless we're willing to sacrifice the Crypt Breaker. It's not great. I'll mull once. Nice. Okay, this is significantly better. Well, I don't know about significantly better, but better anyway. So we don't, again, we don't have a way to cast the Fiend Artisan on turn 2. And the cat stares into the void. Trail of Crimes, okay. So we can Chupacabra with the cat. That doesn't seem great. I'm gonna attack with the token. See if they're willing to trade with it. Alright, they're not. So let's... their next turn could be like Mayhem Devil or something. Let's get the Woe Strider in play. Just get more tokens, more of a board presence. Wow. Okay. Not the end of the world. We can force them to crack that when necessary. Like, we can force them to crack it when we have a God-Pharaoh's Gift or something, and then we start refilling the graveyard again. Also, we are kind of just killing them, and they are missing a land drop. Playing the Soul Guide Lantern there instead of... I guess that makes some sense, but I would probably just crack it now, try to draw the land. Agademes. I'm just playing the Chupacabra. I'm not even sacrificing anything. Oh, we're just getting in. Fatal Push on the Woe Strider. Makes sense. Okay. I'd rather than spend that Fatal Push on the Woe Strider than the Fiend Artisan anyway. Yeah, see, now they have to do this now to draw the land anyway. They did find it. Crypt Breaker's interesting. We'll attack first, though. I think we just attack with the Chupacabra. With the intention of drawing with the Crypt Breaker instead. So if they have like a Fatal Push, they could kill the Lazotep Reaver in response. That's okay. Alright, they let it resolve. I guess opponent would rather kill the Crypt Breaker, I suppose. And there's no real reason to draw now, I don't think. Sure. So we were pretty sure they had that when they tanked forever on the Lazotep Reaver. When I was playing the Crypt Breaker. Maybe that was a good enough reason to not play it that turn. We are giving them some chance to draw out of it. Mayhem Devil. Alright. How many creatures in the bin? Just 2. I mean, that Mayhem Devil kind of just destroys our board. But the gate will get to flip quite a lot if they start killing our creatures. Got some rare drafting going on in the chat. I approve. It does look like we're about to win this game, but I don't think we actually are. I actually feel behind. Alright, that's a good draw. One, two, three, 4. So we're gonna sack this in the hopes that they put their Mayhem Devil ping at... Actually, we're gonna get to mill off of this. Yeah, let's tap the Crypt Breakers now. Yeah, so we're more likely to draw a card. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, so now we get to Fatal Push the Mayhem Devil. Fatal Push obviously great in these sacrifice decks because he can turn on Revolt. Well, it's got to be a little scared of putting stuff in the graveyard for us because we're not quite there on gate yet. Yeah, so they get the token instead, which is fine with me. We get to keep the Crypt Breakers in play. Oh yes. And I'll search my library. And we go to combat. And we get a Fiend Artisan. And we attack for 12. Yeah. Alright. That's pretty sweet. That's 2-0 with Mono Black God-Pharaoh's Gift. Oh yeah, I promised I would quickly show you the other lists that we're going to run today, and I completely forgot to do that. But I guess if you're in the Discord, you already saw that, so no need. Let's see if we can make it a 3-0 with God-Pharaoh's gift. Haven't had a Dragon Lich in play once, which was the whole point of playing this deck today, but what are you going to do? Oh, we love this. Snow-covered plains. Obviously, Lazotep Reaver, a great draw. Enables Script Breaker all by itself. Are we getting Portable Hold? We're getting Baffling Ended. Okay. I think we're fine just getting the Reaver in play. Okay, so this is Angels, which is interesting. I think I'm down to just kill that. Given that we have another Chupacabra in hand. So this is like just mono white Angels. There's no Coco or anything here. Let's see what we mill. Let's attack first. They could have like Skyclave Apparition for Gates of the Afterlife. But we're gonna play it anyway. Because I think it's more likely they're going to play a big creature that we're going to want to kill with the Chupacabra next turn. Yeah, that's probably the one that's going to die. Priest is pretty good too. And we can play both. So let's, I guess, start... How many creatures do we have in the bin? None? Alright. Let's start with sacrificing the Citrus Supplier. Yes, we will take that. Chupacabra. And we can attack, but then they get to eat our Chupacabra, so... Actually, maybe we want them to eat our Chupacabra, honestly. The Book of Exalted Deeds. Okay. That's fine. So let's start with Woe Strider. How many creatures do we have in the graveyard? We have 1, 2, 3... Just 3. We need to get 3 more, but that's not impossible. Let's start by activating the Priest. I think we actually want to put these 2 in the bin, right? We can always do that with the Woe Strider later if that's what we decide we want to do. Or we just... yeah. Alright, so now how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's do that. Let's sack the Chupacabra. Fiend Artisan's pretty good. I'll keep that one. Now we'll flip the gate. We milled one. Now we can... So we can sack the Priest, put the Fiend Artisan in the bin. But I don't think that's necessary yet. Okay. Yeah, we'll just bring back the Chupacabra. Or does the Massacre Worm do it? No. I'm gonna kill the Bitch of the Wings. And let's stack. We'll hold the land. Okay. So let's play the Fiend Artisan. We can target them. We'll sack the Fiend Artisan and the Chupacabra. Another Gate to the Afterlife is not the best draw in the world. But I guess we play it anyway. Opponent has Stick here. There's no Angels they can target, so this wouldn't hold priority. Do they have Settle the Wreckage? They might. Alright, well then I'm just gonna get back to Massacre Worm. And this is a lethal attack if they don't have anything, so... Show me Settle the Wreckage, I guess. They had it. Amazing. Okay. We can even flip this and get another God-Pharaoh's Gift. Let's do that. Probably should have done that pre-combat, actually. There's Lyra, but she'll die to the Chupacabra. Yeah. Cool, so it's like mono-white Angels with Book of Exalted Deeds. So it seems like Chupacabra is going to be pretty important. On the draw, I feel like Fatal Push is going to be important. I don't think we need Feed the Swarm. Do we? Maybe we do. Maybe we need an answer to this artifact somehow. Yeah, maybe I'll bring in one. We do need an answer, I guess. And I feel like, again, the Draco-Lich is just pretty awful. It's outclassed by Lyra. They have exile-based removal. I guess it's gone. Massacre Worm also not at its best in this matchup, I don't think. Something like this. Okay. Got the Wombo combo. It's a pretty great opening hand, actually. Their opponent mulligans. Soul Warden. Are we worried about them gaining life on turn 2? I don't think so. Let's just get the Grip Breaker down. Okay. No attacks either, so they think they're going to get value out of these. I want cards. So that's painful, but we have the Fatal Push to deal with... Oh, they do have the Faceless Haven. There you go, Dead Zone. We do have a Fatal Push to deal with, like, Speaker of the Heavens or something. Finding God-Pharaoh's gift on its own is not ideal. Are we just stuck? We can Phyrexian Tower and Woe Strider, but I don't really want to sacrifice any of these. I guess we play the tower anyway, because if they have exile-based removal, we want to be able to sack something in response. Do I want to play the Woe Strider? So the problem is, if their next turn is... Well, I guess their next turn can't be book plus put the counter thingy on Haven. Alright, I guess we just develop our board. Alright, let's ban them. We don't want to attack. We want to be able to draw with the Crypt Breaker. So does the Feed the Swarm? I brought in Feed the Swarm. It's not showing up in the overlay though. Righteous Valkyrie. We want Priest of Forgotten Gods in, like, the worst way. Can't find it. But we can find it next turn with the Fiend Artisan. So maybe this is what we're doing. So we can sacrifice something with Woe Strider to enable Revolt for Fatal Push to kill this Valkyrie, if that's what we decide we need to do. Shalai. Wow, so this is just like a prison deck. The angels are just kind of a distraction. Alright, let's sack this. Another Crypt Breaker? I don't think so. Actually, Shalai's annoying because she turns off the priest. We can't target them anymore, so the priest is not the way to go. So maybe I should have held the Fatal Push to kill Shalai. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 6, 7 mana if we want it. I think Untapped is wrong here. I'm pretty sure I boarded out the Massacre Worms. It's showing me the game 1 deck list, which is, you know, not ideal. But we can fetch a Chupacabra. So let's just do that. Let's fetch the Chupacabra and kill Shalai. I think I'm going to sack the Woe Strider, because I still want to be able to draw cards with the Crypt Breaker, too. Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Which honestly isn't so bad. It hits the Chupacabra. That's fine. We found gate. How many cards? Just one. One creature in the bin. So, we have 5, 6. We have 7, 8 mana if we want it. I think we're going to start with the Stitcher Supplier. We found the Chupacabra, so if we ever find a God-Pharaoh's Gift, then we can get it. They played Elspeth Conquers Death on a Chupacabra for no good reason, which makes me think they have another one, which makes me think that playing out the gate might not be the way to go. What can we fetch with Fiend Artisan here? Now it's probably just Priest, right? Or we have 4, 5, 6. Okay. Let's sack the Citrus Supplier. Play the Phyrexian Tower. Keep the new one. And now we can first tap everything. Draw a card. Sequencing could have been better there. If I was going to do that, I might as well have tried to draw the land. Anyway. We are playing God-Pharaoh's Gift. And bringing out a Chupacabra. We'll kill one of these. And we attack. This does leave us open to the Faceless Haven on the Crackback. So they're going to Banishing Light the God-Pharaoh's Gift, which is okay, I guess. ECD is taxing the gate. But we can still do it. What are they getting back? Probably going to get back July. We do. Let me just check that we do have 6 creatures in the bin. 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't actually have enough creatures in the bin to flip the gate. So I guess we're just holding the gate until the ACD tax goes away. If that's what we're doing, then I guess we're just going to attack. And I think I just play out my hand. I want the Priest in play. And I want this in play for next turn. And I want a Woe Strider, I think. Okay, so they get back Righteous Valkyrie. But we get to go off next turn. Alright. They got to go off too. Okay. So we have 4, 5, 6. We have a shitload of mana. So first things first, we'll play out this Reaver. Then we can draw with our Crypt Breaker. Now we can crack the Priest. They're attacking for 16 in the air next turn, so we do need to do something. So let's get the gate in play. How many creatures? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more creature in the graveyard. So let's sack the Crypt Breaker, I suppose. Nah, it's gotta be the Reaver, right? We found Feed the Swarm, which is pretty good. I think I'm okay putting the Phyrexian Tower away now that we have enough for the Gate to the Afterlife. There we go. So now that's going to let us get back a Chupacabra, which can kill the Resplendent Angel. Then we're taking 11 in the air next turn. We did also draw the Feed the Swarm. We can even destroy the Banishing Light, which is kind of sweet, getting us another God-Pharaoh's gift back. What would we get back if we did that? Get a Chupacabra, and not much else, honestly, so maybe not yet. Alright, so let's go to combat. Let's get the Chupacabra out. And we want to kill the Resplendent Angel, I'm pretty sure. And then we're going to attack pretty aggressively, I think. Okay, so we got through 5, 11, 14. Alright, so if we kill the Valkyrie, then all of this stuff shrinks. So it's worth doing, I think. Even though we lose 3 life for the privilege. Yeah. Cool. They're not powering up the Haven, which is interesting. Oh wow, we're super low on time. Okay. So we have 5, 6, 7 mana. Wish we had the Massacre Worm still in the deck, eh? Alright, so let's play the Fiend Artisan for X equals 4. Sack the Goat. Fetch Chupacabra to kill the Bishop of Wings. And we go to combat. If we want the Lazotep Reaver, just because we want more material on the battlefield. Let's not attack with the Priest. Set of the Wreckage. Again. Okay. Okay. And now what? It's probably just Fiend Artisan, honestly. Let's get the biggest body we can on the field. An opponent is just ripping all the removal they need right off the top. But we've scared them. They're not attacking anymore. Alright, so I think we just immediately play the gate and flip it, right? Yep. Cool. 3-0. 3-0 with Mono Black God-Pharaoh's Gift. Love to see it. Honestly, the Dragon Lich did not do a damn thing. And I'm not sure it belongs in the deck at all, even. But I'm not going to argue with a 3-0 finish. So I think that's it for this one. We'll move on to the next.